I had a meeting with a friend the other day who spent first 15 years of his life in Mexico. And then he moved to America. And he said when he got to America, there were several things he really didn't like about it. And his plan was, as soon as he turned 18, he was heading back to Mexico, but he ended up staying. He says Mexico is a happier place than America. And this man is wildly successful. He's got a very successful business. He's got money. He's got toys, all those things that people use as measurements of success. He's got a good family. He's taking care of his kids. But he says Mexico is a happier place. And because I dug into it, I was like, what do you mean? What is that? When you say it's a happier place? He said that in America, everyone is so focused on dollars and money that they've lost sight on life. And they're so busy trying to acquire all these toys and all these items that they don't actually take time to spend time with others and to have a rich and fulfilled life. He said in Mexico, and he still goes back to Mexico all the time, he says in Mexico, it's not a problem to plan a party in the middle of the day on a Tuesday, and people make it work and they'll come to the party and they'll spend time together with their friends or family, and they'll have those rich relationships with each other. But here, everyone's so focused on, I've got to work my 40, 50, 60 hours a week, that we leave very little time for those relationships and the things that truly matter. We're so busy chasing this phantom that is happiness, and we think that we'll find it by working harder or making more money or buying that next toy. But then when we buy the toy, we're so busy paying for the toy, and by paying for the toy, we're back to work again, that we don't actually take the time for the things that truly make us happy. Now, I know in my life, I've been caught in that trap more than once where I feel like I have to work so much. And there was a couple of key words there, and the key words were I and feel. And when we boil it all down, everything that happens inside our mind. There's nothing that happens outside in the world, at least from our perspective, because we have our senses that are sensing the world around us, but it's all in our mind that interprets the data. And we actually, at a conscious level, only receive a small portion of all the data that's actually flowing into us. But most of the time, we're getting these emotions that will be connected to that data that's coming in. And we'll have these assessments that are pre-made. And then based on those feelings and assessments, we start to take action at a conscious level. And I think that a lot of us have been programmed and shaped and molded so that we feel compelled and obligated to work in a way that we're chasing all those things without feeling the same importance for family, for friends, for relationships, for our own health, both physical health, mental health. We don't take the time to serve others in the same way that we could. And I think all of those things contribute to us not having as happy of a society. But I think a lot of it comes from those feelings, and those feelings come from that programming that's deep inside of us. So if we take a step back and we ask ourselves, what is it we truly want to achieve? Am I going to be happier if I buy that newest dirt bike or that newest snowmobile? Or maybe it's the new Harley, right? Are those the things that make us happy? I heard about a guy who bought a boat and put it on a 30-year loan. And it was no small boat. Could you imagine owing for 30 years? There's no way that person's going to use that same boat for 30 years. But could you imagine the weight every single month of making that payment for that boat? Are you really going to be happy owning that toy when you really owe the next 30 years of your life for that next couple of years, next couple summers of happiness? I think if we take some time as society, we'll be able to reevaluate. Each one of us will find areas that brings more happiness. And if we took a few minutes to find what brings us more happiness, I think that society as a whole will be improved. Our mental health as a whole will be improved. Our physical health will be improved. And I think we'll also be more successful in business because we're going to cut out a lot of those things that don't matter as much. And it will make more time for the things that we truly care about.